You cannot have your own opinion in the black community. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of What You're Talking About, Willis. Again, I want to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. So I'm grateful for all the blessings he's given me in life. Secondly, for all those that are new to the channel, those that's been here on the channel, thank you for all those that's been here from day one. You guys are awesome. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you liking and subscribing and sharing the episodes. Um, and also, for those that are new here, welcome. Welcome to the episode. Welcome to the channel. And I appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Let everybody know what's going on. Those that's been liking, subscribing, and sharing, keep hitting the like button for every episode. Again, we're almost to 500 subscribers. May not be a lot to some people, but to me, that's awesome, man. Because on this show, we cause chaos one truth at a time, and that's what we're here to do today. So let's get into it. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Because this what happened 2 days ago, I guess. And if you hear the kids in the background, listen, don't mind them. Daddy daycare in the house. I got some young kids. They're gonna be loud. Is what it is. So don't mind them. They're enjoying themselves. They're having fun. Happy, healthy, strong. That's all I can ask for. So let's address the elephant in the room. Now, I would have never guessed in 2024 that I would that I would be saying that the frat boys are holding the line for the American people. They're American loving people. Now, all you guys know that these college campuses lately have been tripping with this pro Hamas protest and stuff. First of all, this is America. We got college campuses, these protests, um, taking down the American flag and putting up Palestine flags in their place. I tell you what, there should be a punishment for that. Anyone who takes down the American flag and replaces it with another country's flag in the United States gets deported. Go back to whatever flag they putting up there. They go back to that country because this is America. We put up the American flag. This is the United States of America. We need to stop playing these games. We need to stop letting this stuff happen. These colleges nowadays, I got 3 boys. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to send them to college. Really, if you're being honest with me, if I'm being honest with you, I don't even know if I want to send them to some of these colleges. If they do go to college, it's going to be some kind of Christian university or something like that, because these colleges are just indoctrination places. That's all it is. Your children go to these places, they spend all this money, and they come back with these radical ideas and ideologies that these professors and these universities be teaching. And it's actually pretty scary that that's allowed to go on, because you're supposed to go there, find what you want to do in life, learn to be an adult, learn to be responsible, go to your classes, take your classes, and hopefully your degree gets you a job, a pretty decent paying job, right? That's not the case. That's not the case at all in these colleges. And everybody's talking about pro Hamas, pro Hamas. I can't get with that. Actually, I'll never get with that. Anyone or any country or anybody that promotes death to America, promotes the downfall to America, I'm never going to support that. Not even a little bit. You can say what you want. You can be mad. You can be in your feelings. Oh, well, it is what it is. You got these pro Hamas peaceful protesters, and I put that in quotes. They're not peaceful. Destroying property, destroying college campuses, taking over buildings, barricading themselves. And then they got the nerve to say they have demands. Demands for what? Some of these pro Hamas supporters that are on these campuses talking about they demand food and flashlights and ropes and all sorts of stuff. Like, these college campuses need to be done with it. I'll tell you that right now. Done with it immediately. Lock them up. It's not peaceful protest. I get it. Your First Amendment, you got freedom of speech. We get that. And most law abiding citizens, most American citizens are going to agree that we're not taking away your right to peacefully protest, even though I don't agree, because half of you clowns don't even know that Hamas wouldn't even accept you there. But y'all don't want to know that because you got LGBT talking about pro-Palestine and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, they don't support nothing like that. You guys don't even realize how fortunate you are to be in this country to be able to do some of the crazy things that you do. You don't even realize that. But I digress. But I would never thought in 2024 that I would be looking at the frat boys like, well done. Well done, frat boys. I see you out here. I know they got a GoFundMe and all sorts of other stuff. But before I get into all that stuff, the other stuff I want to talk about today, I want to talk about the video in question. And there's a video of hold on. There's a video. Now, this is a protest. Now the frat boy now the frat boys are standing up against the pro Hamas rally people, right? So first of all, whoever this kid is right here, I need you to let me know where you got them overalls, because I want some. I want some just like that. So y'all link me in the comment section and let me know where I can get something like this. Cause I swear, all 4th of July week I'm gonna be wearing that every day. So what you're gonna see here is everybody's mad at this video because apparently one of the frat boys started doing monkey dances against. It looked like monkey dance. Now, if you guys follow me on the social media on the Twitter, which is right there, all my social media is laid out. I tweeted that I don't think that she was doing monkey dances, or the dude was doing a monkey dance, and I don't think that he was making monkey noises. But I might be a little bit wrong. But what I don't agree with is now that all the race hustlers are coming out saying that this is a race event, that he's doing it for white supremacy and all sorts of other stuff. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's what he was doing. I think this was a rowdy event. She walked up to them, by the way. So I want y'all to get that straight. They didn't go seek her out. She walked up to them and started talking that trash. And because she was talking trash, they went right smack at her and they were making fun of her. And I believe that the dude, whether you think the gesture is not good or he should have known better, you're asking college age kids in a rowdy situation, in a toxic environment, and all these dudes have been attacking them all day. And plus, we can't even hear what she was saying, right? You can't hear what she's saying to them to act rational like adults. I don't expect that. And honestly, not really that mad at it because I've been treated worse by the black left anyway. The white left, the black left, the left. I've been treated way worse than this. But I'm gonna let me know what y'all think. Y'all comment and let me know what y'all think about this. So here, Somebody was calling her Lizzo Jr. Oh man. But there's other videos of them, she walking up to them, and they're making fun of how big she is. So again, she approached them. She approached them. So she thought she was ready for the smoke, but she wasn't. There they go. They're talking their big trash. Now that's right there. I'm gonna rewind it. Is what everybody's getting so mad at. And I'm watching this again, and they saying this dude is doing a monkey dance to be a racist, right? And again, he's definitely. I don't know, man. See, now that I watch it again, this is like the third time I watched it. I don't know if it's still a monkey dance though. I know y'all not going to agree. Some people don't agree with me. Some people do. I really want to hear y'all in the comment section on this. I really do. I still don't. And I think I can hear a little bit of sounds that he's making, but is he making monkey sounds? Is he making monkey sounds? Rewind it again. I want y'all to tell me in the comments. I hear something. But anyway, she come up talking to them. And, he does that little gesture, whatever he's doing. What do you think he's doing? Monkey gestures or what? It's a rowdy situation. And, I don't really have any issues here, really, because she ran up to them. Now, what I will say is this. My opinion on this is that the dude, I'm going to run it right here. I think the dude was just making fun of how big she is. Now, shout out to Shamika Michelle and a lot of other people on here that commented on my original post on Twitter. I know Mika was like, she said that he was doing the monkey dance to symbolize that she's big as a silverback gorilla. Oh man. But that, in my opinion, I think that's what she was doing, or what he was doing. He was just making fun of how big she was because she was huge. But what I'm saying is the race hustlers have been waiting and waiting to get involved somehow, right? It's all been Hamas versus Israel. Black folks been in the background. Nobody cared about y'all. Y'all didn't have no race hustle to bring to the forefront now. So nobody was saying anything. Nobody was worried about her. Now they finally think they got something. Jamel Hills and Mark Lamont and all them coming out there talking about this is systematic racism. These colleges have white supremacists. Oh my God, these people are annoying and insufferable. They come just right on cue to try to make this whole thing some kind of racist situation. When she walked up to them and my man did a gesture about how big she was, 'cause I don't think it was nothing to do with race. He's just making fun of her because she's huge. She's part of the Tuskegee Airmen. Okay? And it's not a race thing. It's not they're trying to race bait and they're trying to get this whole movement started. They're trying to find who is this kid. But I listen. Like I said, they're trying to race hustle everything. I don't think I know it wasn't a race thing. It wasn't a racial situation. He's just making fun of her. But all over social media was just going crazy about this video, and I want to get my 2 cents on it. But what say y'all? Right? What say you? Go to the comment section. What do you think? Again, I watched it a couple of times. again, I think there's two parts. I think that he was just making fun of how big she was and not doing a monkey dance. On the other side is he was doing some monkey gesture just to symbolize how big she was. But they take the clips like this and they try to run with it. So those are the race hustlers. Don't fall for it. They're gonna try to run with it as they usually do. So don't fall for it. All right. Check me out. Speaking of race hustlers and freedom of speech, what I want to talk about is there any freedom of speech in the black community? Because I don't think there is. A lot of these folks that have a high following, these celebrities or whatever, who speak some common sense sometimes, get pulled back by the woke left to try to tell them how, I don't know, how black they're not being, right? Y'all know who Gayle King is. Gayle King was on the Charles Barkley. They had a show which got canceled, by the way, even though they had Charles Barkley on there making fun of black people who or threatening black folks who wear Trump mugshot shirts. Yeah, that ain't go so well, but I digress. Gayle King, I guess she's one of the great journalists out here. And she interviewed the South Carolina coach. I'm going to give you a backstory here. Interviewed the South Carolina coach. They just won the national championship for the women's. Again, I didn't watch it, but, people who enjoyed it, they enjoyed it, right? Anyways, Gayle King was interviewing her and said, hey, a lot of us were cheering for Caitlin Clark. How did that pretty much make you feel? How did you persevere? How did you fight through that? Even though a lot of people were not really cheering for y'all, because even though you guys were like number one seed, people were looking for Caitlin Clark to succeed, which is in sports, legit question. And she even said herself that, hey, I was cheering for Caitlin Clark too. Right? I was cheering for her too, just to let you know. But, you guys still won. How does that make you feel? Which I think is a legit question, right? She's allowed to ask those questions. She's allowed to have her own opinion. As a black woman, she doesn't always have to cheer for the black team, the black coach. You don't always have to do blackety black stuff all the time. But in the black community, you're not allowed to have your own opinion. You're not allowed to have your own thoughts. You're not allowed to do what you want to do, because if you do and you're in the mainstream media, or you have a high following, or you're a celebrity or athlete or something, if you do go against the grain, they will send these people after you to tell you, this ain't how it's supposed to be. You not black enough. We need to correct you and make sure and remind you that you're a black person. That's what they do. So when I asked the question, is there freedom of speech in the black community? I say no, there isn't. But you can't have your own thoughts. And then you got dudes like Steven Jackson. Again, I don't know why you guys listen to these clowns. I really don't. Listen, he's an NBA player. I'm sure he had a successful career. Great, good for him. Whatever. But these people that they pull up as far as our voices in the black community, and they speak for us, and they don't speak for me. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for no black community. But Gayle King had her opinion on her interview. And because she wasn't pro blackety black, this dude got to come out and correct her. And that's the problem in this community. And that's why I don't really see nothing changing until we can correct this issue. What's going to change? And I'm being serious. Y'all hit the comments below. I'm serious. Y'all need to hit the comments, because I don't see a change happening at all. Because the moment you speak up for yourself and say your own thing, and you have your own opinions, and it's not always the pro black side, this is where they come to get you.
So, Gayle King's supposed to be somebody that's big in the journalism space, right? And I don't consider her black media. Y'all give her all these passes because she fuck with she's
Let's
Oprah
start for the
friend. I don't
language.
give a fuck who friend she is. I don't do nothing for nobody. But you cannot demean Dawn Staley like that.
So he said demean because go watch the interview. He said demean because she said she was cheering for Caitlin Clark in Iowa. That's demeaning her. No, she said she was cheering. You're allowed to cheer for different teams. Just because I interviewed a team who won doesn't mean I was cheering for that team. Oh, but she not black media no more because this woke black dude said, oh, because she wasn't 100% on the black side, she's not black media no more. Black media. Ooh. Nobody cares about black media. Nobody cares about none of that stuff. Y'all better stop listening to these clowns.
You talking to her about winning the championship, about going undefeated, and you have the nerve to get on there and say, "Well, we was rooting for Caitlin Clark, and you broke everybody's hearts." Who is we? Who is we? All the black people I know was rooting for Dawn Staley.
All the black people I know was rooting for Dawn Staley. Ooh. So the only black people you know that's all the black people in America apparently because it's all the black people you know. There's no way there's any more black people around here who have different opinions, who were cheering for Iowa, who do like Caitlin Clark, who do like the way she play. But all the black people you know, and they're so important that that they supersede every other black person. These guys get on my nerves with this mess. This whole blackity black thing. We must be black, black. Good. Congratulations to the South Carolina coach. She won. Ooh, okay. Next season. Next season. And I'm not big into women's college basketball, but I know for a while UConn was winning it all a lot. I think Baylor was good at one point. I think I don't know if it was Arkansas or Alabama. There was a lot of good basketball teams. USC, I think it's a good team. And all I know because I watch a lot of Sports Center, so I casually see it coming up. So you can cheer for different teams, and not all of those teams have black coaches. And then let me let him finish saying what he got to say.
We all fans of Caitlin Clark, but the way you put it, that shit was trash. Yeah, and it's and I'm glad it's a new day in the media space. You know what I'm saying? Because you say you so intelligent, you don't even say stuff like that to somebody on the interview. You just demeaned her and made it about Caitlin Clark. That's trash. Super trash.
It's super trash. Next, these people, man, these people. Because you're not blackity black, you super trash. You can't have your own opinion. You can't cheer for other teams. Everybody should be happy for what Caitlin Clark is bringing to the women's basketball. I mean, she got everybody watching. Sorry, it wasn't anybody previous. Y'all just weren't that interested enough to bring people over. It's not a big deal. As a matter of fact, you better embrace her because when you play her, you gonna be on TV too. I mean, this is why I used to love sports because sports brought everybody together. No matter if you were black, white, Spanish, Asian, whatever. If you were good at the sport, everybody liked you. Don't matter what your background was. And everybody wanted to watch you. But now you bring this race and politics into it. Now nobody want to watch it. You got to stick to sports. Steven Jackson, stick to talking sports. That's what you can talk. Talk that. This whole woke black stuff, nobody want to hear that noise no more, man. We're getting tired of that mess. Staying on the same topic, watch the last episode. Stephen A. Smith, I don't know what's going on with him, but he been talking some common sense lately about politics, about Trump. He been he been saying some good stuff, and I can even if I don't like the dude, right? I can appreciate him, saying the truth. I can appreciate that. But right on cue, he had after he said his stuff about how everybody's starting to support Trump and how it's skeptical of of them attacking Trump, and his fan base is getting stronger because people are starting to realize that what they're doing to Trump is wrong. And I want to play the video of Trump, of my man, and I played this in the last video, but I want to play the video of Stephen A. Speaking of some truth. And again, I don't know what's going on with him, but after the video, I'm gonna play it again. After the video, I'm gonna tell you how they took his balls from him, the black community, and now he had to issue an apology. Here's what he said.
When I think about Donald Trump, I think about this case in New York. I mean, I'm looking at the Democrats right now. And again, primarily, I have voted Democrat throughout my life, but I'm utterly disgusted with what I'm seeing because it seems to me that they're trying to use the law and the courts. They've clearly politicized this thing with Donald Trump because they can't come up with a strategy to offset the momentum he's clearly gained. In at least 5 polls, he's up. He's up in the polls over Biden, at least 5 polls that I counted. That's the reality of the situation. Despite the counts against them, the indictments against them, being impeached twice and all of this other stuff, he is the presumptive GOP nominee. And you don't seem to have the issues in your favor, you believe. So because of that, you're going to manipulate the system as best as you possibly can to avoid him possibly running for re-election again. That appears to be their strategy, but I'm here to tell you, it's not working.
Okay, so that's Stephen A., right? And I don't agree with him on everything, right? I think he's a great sports analyst. Do I think he's some Democratic plug? Probably, but it looks like he's trying to wake up. There's a red pill in there somewhere that's that's spinning. Right? I don't know if he took half the pill, a quarter of the red pill, or something, but he took some of it. So he's starting to realize he's a smart man. Like, he's a smart man, and he just really, whether he likes Trump or not, the facts are there, and he's speaking the facts. Listen, the left is doing all they can to prevent this man Trump from running. It's clear and obvious. Even we can see it, and it's not right. Right? So I can't be mad. Even if I don't agree with him, I agree with this. And when he's speaking facts, he's speaking facts. This is a factual take on the situation that's going on with Don J. But then they take his balls from him. You know what, Stephen A.? This is where I lose respect. Because you let corporate media, you let whoever your bosses are, you let whoever your handlers are tell you what to say and when to say it. The same thing with Emmanuel Akko. He spoke his piece about Angel Reese, spoke facts, by the way. He wasn't just saying anything. He spoke facts, took his balls and said, listen, you better straighten it up right now. You better come out with an apology. Dudes had to come. He's talking about people that corrected him and all sorts of stuff. It's sad to see. But after that video I just showed y'all, they took his balls from him, and this is what he had to say.
I wanted to touch on something that I made news about just a few days ago. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability is where everything needs to begin in this world. It's something I say quite often. I certainly never hesitate to hold folks accountable when mistakes or mishaps occur, so I'm certainly not about to run from it myself. I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media.
Speaking facts, sir.
After comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week with the one and only Sean Hannity himself. And I'm fully aware of the outcry that has ensued because of it. A lot of folks in Black America seem pretty pissed at me right now.
Who
from
cares?
friends and loved ones to colleagues, contemporaries, and dare I say, even the NAACP itself. Quite a few
Who cares about what the NAACP is mad about? It's not your fault that they can't handle the truth.
folks were put off, if not flat out offended, after my words were interpreted as associating support for Trump from the black community with all the legal issues he's facing. For that, I sincerely apologize. To be clear, my words were misconstrued. I'm stating right here for the record that my words were taken out of context.
Y'all saw the video. What words were taken out of context? What words were taken out of context? I'm trying to. All he did was speak facts. Literally, as a black person, you cannot speak facts if the black community doesn't agree with it. You got to come out here and make an apology.
Misrepresenting and depicting me in a way I found every bit as insulting and disrespectful as folks in Black America evidently felt about what they thought I said. But I'll own it anyway. Because please know that I know the buck stops with me.
No, it
I'm in the
doesn't.
communication business. I've been here for 30 years, so
That's great.
regardless of whatever interpretation that accompanies any words coming out of my mouth, the responsibility ultimately lies with me first and foremost.
So, another thing, why are we giving this dude all this responsibility to speak for us, right? He don't speak for you. He don't speak for me. He has his own opinions. He can speak his own opinions. He does nothing for my life. I do nothing for his life. He don't represent me in no way. Just because he got the same skin color, he's supposed to speak for me and have a voice for me? No, that's not how this works. He has his own opinions. I have my own opinions, and that's it. But again, he was speaking facts. He wasn't even speaking an opinion. He was speaking facts about what's going on in the climate, the political climate right now coming up on this election in November. That's what he was talking about. But y'all can't handle it.
Before anybody else. I've always felt that way. I still do. I always will. Period. Blacks who refuse to support Trump are aware of his history of issues. And we'll never forget how Trump claimed Obama, the nation's first black president.
So here he gonna go on his rant on against Trump now, right? He gonna bring up all this stuff against Trump because he's trying to get it back in with the black community. Oh, black people, please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I want to be accepted back in the black community. Please don't hate me.
Wasn't even qualified to hold office because he was born in Kenya, although Trump recanted the statement during his 2016 campaign run for the presidency. Yet Trump's dissenters were not the topic of discussion when I was talking to Hannity. The support he appears to be receiving in the polls was what was being discussed.
And first of all, second of all, third of all, whatever, it's not appears. The black support for Donald Trump and black men has gone up. I think it's like 33% now, 35%. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely going up. And it's okay. You're allowed to have opinions on what candidates you want to vote for to be the president of the United States, despite what these clowns right here say. They don't want you to think for yourself. Right? He's supposed to tell us how to think and who to vote for. The black leaders are supposed to tell us, right? But we pick and choose our black because you don't want to listen to someone like Larry Elder, right? You don't want to listen to him. Black people bring him on their shows, on these black shows, and all they do is disrespect him. They disrespect him. They don't take what he has to say and listen to it because he speaks facts and it's not all positive for the black community. And now they want to have an attitude. Oh, well, but we're supposed to listen to dudes like this.
5 polls, count them, 5. Emerson, NBC News, Daily Kos, New York Times, and Rasmussen, all big national polls had Trump leading over the last few weeks. Plus, according to 538, recent local polls also put Trump ahead in battleground states. He's up 6 points in Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia each.
Those are the facts.
Insofar as Trump gaining support in the black community, Well, how about various publications with these headlines? The Chicago Tribune. This time Trump really does seem to be making black voter inroads. Why? The Washington Post. Voters of color are shifting right. Are Democrats doomed? How about the New York Times? As black voters drift to Trump, Biden's allies say they have work to do. Axios wrote, Big Biden bummer. New York Times Siena poll shows gaps with key demographic groups. Wall Street Journal, Biden loses support among black men. The Hill, Biden losing support among black voters in swing states. Survey. Al Jazeera, why are black voters backing Donald Trump in record numbers? And CBS News, black voter support for Trump up from 4% to 23%, poll finds.
Look at that.
Why did I say all of that?
No, and I'm not going to let him keep going. Y'all can finish watching this because I get to some other videos. But he just had to try to justify why he said he was saying, no, sir, you were speaking facts. Like, those are all legit sources explaining why black people are drifting towards Trump. Sir, you don't even have to explain yourself. Tell these dumb black folks to go read. Go look at the articles. It's right there for you to learn. You don't have to explain yourself. You were already speaking facts. You already laid it out to them. You don't have to explain to them. They can go look it up for themselves. Whether they get mad or upset, or they call you and say, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you're talking about black supporters of Trump and black folks starting to support Trump. Tell them, hey, I don't care what you got to say. Even if he would have said, hey, I don't really like Trump that much, but these are the facts. And that's pretty much what he was saying. That's pretty much what he said. And it's okay to lay out the facts because that's what you need in order to vote. Facts. Yes, more black people are starting to support Donald Trump. People like me, I would support him in the first term. So we've been here and we've been telling y'all, hey, this dude is right for the country, not just black people, but right for the country. Because that's how I vote. I don't vote, oh, what can he do for black folks? That's not how I vote. I vote for what's best for the country because I'm an American, you're an American, we're all Americans. So what's best for America is what I'm gonna vote for. That's it. All right, so there's that. And then you got dudes like Ryan Clark. Dude, again, he another one of these dudes that I just can't. He always got to bring some woke take to every situation. He's on camera, a grown adult crying about George Floyd and racism. He's sitting on camera up there. They put the black man up there for him to cry and boo-hoo. And we supposed to be like, oh my goodness, it's so bad out here. Meanwhile, these dudes making six figures living in predominantly white neighborhoods and don't have no problems at all. Oh, but there's racists out here. Black folks are some of the most racist people out here. I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want to hear you crying and boo-hooing. It'd be like the rich black folks talking about how bad racism is out here. But they work with all sorts of people. So after Stephen A., this is what this dude come out and say.
I respect Stephen A. and the platform that he's built, but I respectfully disagree with him here. First off, let's talk about the simple statement that black people can relate to former President Donald Trump based on discrimination by the judicial system. He's not being discriminated against. Nope. What Donald Trump did was make bad decisions, and because of those bad decisions, he's now been investigated. He's now been...
If you actually believe that, you don't know what's going on. They're throwing these false allegations at him, trying to get him charged with these stupid allegations that he didn't even do wrong. And if you think about all the stuff that they've tried to charge him with and, take him to court with, a lot of the stuff he's already beaten. And he's about to beat this next one. They try to bring up Stormy Daniels again in this hush money. Now they coming out and saying, oh, we didn't have all that. We falsified the information for the case. But these people, they believe that stuff. Honestly, I don't even know if they even believe it. They are paid to tell you, oh, this is true. Donald Trump is a bad man. All because we got to go back to the whole race thing, blah blah blah, race this, race that. It's it's they watered down racism so much that you know what, even if it does really happen, nobody's going to pay attention because y'all watered it down. Everything is racist now.
Been accused, alleged, and then now prosecuted. The one thing that black people can't relate to is having these run-ins with the law and being the president of the United States of America. We couldn't be the president of the 4-H club if we had this many run-ins with the law.
Oh my God, these guys. You know, they talk about we because we were black and he's white. If we had this much running with the law, we couldn't get away with it because of like the white man can. And that's what they come out here and say. First of all, don't get into altercations with the law. Don't do bad things. Then you wouldn't have these situations with the law. Second of all, there's plenty of black celebrities, black athletes, black social media stars or whatever who have money, who have fame, who have a big name that get in trouble with the law and nothing happens to them. Versus me, a nobody who would get in trouble with the law and I had to face the full consequences of what my decisions were. But let some of these dudes get in trouble with the law, nothing will happen to them. Why? Because they're of a certain status. It's not just about white people and black people, it's about your status. But they want to cry and boo-hoo, but because it's the white man, they get in trouble. They don't get in trouble with anything. But if it was a black person, blah, blah, blah. These guys are.
We couldn't be the president of our own
I can't
HOA.
stand this mindset.
And so I think
This
that's one
victim
thing that we need
mentality.
to get out and be very clear on. Also, when you agree with this, you're allowing him to break us down to the lowest common denominator. So you're saying all of these black people who now seem to support you only support you because they connect with you on your run-ins with the law.
So black folks don't wear free Fifi shirts, free my dude, free this, free that, knowing they commit the crimes, your music videos, promoting killing and drugs and all that stuff. We don't do none of that, right? We're just the perfect upstanding citizens that don't gravitate to it because the black culture says otherwise. Y'all want to praise the people who are in jail, who shoot up the neighborhoods, who gang members. You want to do that. You want to put those guys up there because they're the cool guys. But you're bringing it to the lowest denominator because you're saying that we gravitate towards people who go to jail a lot. Yeah, because you do. Just like right now with this whole rap beef with Drake and Kendrick or whatever, like y'all so distracted by that, y'all don't even see that it's election year. Y'all should be paying attention to what's going on, but y'all don't pay attention to that. Oh my God.
Only support with you because they connect with you on sneakers. So why can't we connect on diversity?
What do you mean they connect on sneakers? Yeah, because black folks love sneakers. That's all they even talk about. You got to have some good clothing, shoes, whatever, and they will size you up. What do you mean, dude? Where have you been? Of course, black people connect with sneakers. That's all we want to do is wear the best shoes. Shoot, I want Jordans too. Trump come out with some shoes. Dudes liked him. You mad at him for that? It's called marketing. Y'all, these dudes are I'm trying to get through it. I really am. I have some other videos I want to talk about, but these people, I swear, man, I swear they are a detriment. Don't listen to them. All they do is cry and boo-hoo about I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. We're all victims. Everything's against us. We should keep crying and boo-hooing because everything's so bad. It's so racist in this country that we should be hiding in the trees.
Equity and inclusion. Why can't we
Diversity,
connect
equity,
on
and inclusion.
better medical care? Why can't we connect on focusing on the mortality rate of black mothers? Why can't we connect on better schooling in the minority communities? So you mean to tell me you think so low of us that we can only connect with you because you've been indicted? We can only connect with you because you made ugly gold tennis shoes? And I think that's so insulting to even allege
Because they're
that that
ugly
could
gold tennis
be
shoes.
true. And let's really be clear.
People buying them,
Nothing
though.
about Donald Trump's existence is black. Donald Trump can't speak to the black existence. He can't speak to the historical prejudice and discrimination that black
What's the black existence? What is that? What does that mean? What is that about? Hit the comments. Let me know what the black existence is. I'm interested. I'm really interested to know what that's about.
black people have faced. Donald Trump has never had to get that talk from his mom. This is the way you deal with authority. This is the way you have to be outside the house. Donald Trump's parents never had to worry about will he or will he not make it home based on the color of his skin.
Oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, as a responsible parent, you should always have a talk with your kids about one, dealing with authority, one, dealing with law enforcement, and respect for adults and authority. You should always have that respect. And you don't know what Trump's father talked to him about. You know his history. You don't know anything about him. You just assume it because he's a white man, he don't have to do anything. You don't know what his dad taught. I'll tell you what. Dad taught him a lot about business. I'll tell you that. He taught him the ins and outs of how to run this, how to do this, how to invest in this, what your stocks looks like, all sorts of stuff. Invested in properties. Taught him something. Have to worry about coming home because he's black. No. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Well, we should have the talk because I'm most likely about to get killed by someone that looks like me, the same color skin as me. Not some white dude, not some white police officer. You should always have, and this is what I don't get. That's a normal conversation, especially between father and their children. When you're dealing with law enforcement or someone in authority, it's about respect and it's about how you handle yourself, even if you feel that you're being mistreated or you feel that you're right. There's a process you go through, and it's a way you carry yourself through that process. These guys, oh, I have to worry if I don't come home because of the color of my skin. God, these people are stupid. You place this mentality in your children and the young adults that they are such victims that they don't know if they can move left or right. No, you tell them, this is how you act. This is how you act in these situations, and you move accordingly. That's it. That's it. It's not a hard concept, but we refuse to do such things. We refuse to do so. His dad never had to have a talk. You don't know what Trump's father taught him. You're not in there. You think these people think they're smart and that they know something because they can talk football on TV. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. Stop listening to them.
See, the only discrimination we understand, the only run-ins with the criminal justice system that we get is that sometimes you are prosecuted, sometimes you are pulled over, sometimes you are searched based on being black. It's not something we...
And I want to see the statistics on that. I really do. Check out my other videos. I had a professor come up there and said he tried to find studies on discrimination and the black community and the police, and he couldn't find anything. That's a professor, by the way. Professor. Harvard. Go check it out. Some of my last videos. I got it up there. That's who you should listen to, not this guy.
We can control. That's not something we were in charge of. That's who we are. Donald Trump has been investigated and indicted and on trial for who he is for making bad decisions. And let's be very clear about one more thing. Donald Trump hasn't been black. He will never be black. He doesn't understand what it's like to walk.
I don't want him to be black. Oh my God. Donald Trump has never been black. He don't want to be black. We don't want him to be black. He don't need to be black. Not everything's about being black. He is who he is. Imagine being a whole grown adult like this, crying and sobbing about some Donald Trump because he'll never be black. Okay, don't really care about that. Y'all can't tell me that when the time that he was president, this country was thriving. You can't tell me that. Facts are there. This country was thriving. You and the rest of your clowns voted for Biden because I know you did the way you're talking. And now look at us. This whole country is a mess. And then these clowns still come here telling you Donald Trump is the bad guy. But they won't speak up what a president, the now standing president, will come on a black show and say, if you don't vote for me, you not black. They won't say anything. They won't say anything. They want to have this selective outrage, this selective racism. It makes zero sense. That's why when I say freedom of speech is not allowed in the black community, because if you speak up and speak against it, these clowns are going to try to run and come after you and say, oh, no, wait, he's wrong. I keep bringing up Emmanuel Acho, but he tried to get in the good graces of the black community, but coming out and speaking up against the fraternity dude that was doing the monkey gestures or whatever. He's trying to get back in the good graces of the black community. I say forget the black community. And then somebody see this, if you guys see this, and say, well, we don't want you anyway. Good. Because this skin color is not my identity. Identity is in Christ. And I'm an American citizen. That's it. Don't need you. Don't need anybody else. Don't need some blackly black woke person, celebrity, whatever, to tell me how I'm supposed to act because our people. Whatever. You and your people can go over there then. Don't care. Because you guys make no sense. And then when someone that does make sense, or someone who does come up with just facts, I mean, Stephen A was just talking facts. He didn't even say he supported Trump. He's just talking facts. And then you guys got to come here and cry and boo
walk in the
hoo.
black man's shoes. And if he ever did, he'd realize that those shoes are too big and way too uncomfortable for him to wear for a day. And so I think as the support seems to grow for him in certain black communities, we have to be smart about why that support is growing. And we can't attribute with our acknowledgments or with our agreements that the lowest common denominator of us is that we all relate and have an affinity for those who break the law, because that's an untruth.
I'm sorry, but this is what I'm talking about. We don't have the freedom of speech, right? We don't have the freedom of speech in our community. We got these. I mean, even like shows like the Shay Shay Club, Shay Shay, whatever. I guess he did an interview with Amanda Seals, and like some of the stuff that she said is all a victim mentality. It's all, oh, because this person is racist, because this is race. The reason why this doesn't happen because of race, because of a racist. They don't take accountability for themselves. And then she said, well, I want to go get an education, so she got it in hip hop, black hip hop, or some other degrees. And because she wanted to help out the black community, so she went and got a degree in African studies or something, and then she got a minor or something in hip hop. A degree in hip hop is really going to help the black community. I just want you to listen to this. She found out that she can create her own major. When I tell you these colleges, man, I'm telling you, these colleges might not be worth it. Really look into what the school is teaching and what these schools are allowing these kids to do. Create their own major. Let's listen to what she creates.
And so
she could have created anything. Something in computers, forensic science, a business, something in stocks, something. But she chose to create this.
in order to create your major, you had to connect 2 schools of study. So there's like the School of Natural Sciences, the School of Social Sciences, the School of Theater, Arts, and Film. And so I had already had 32 credits from my freshman year in acting. But all I cared about was learning about Black history because I had never been taught it. Like, you know, I mean, you learn about the basics. But within my core classes, I got to take Harlem Renaissance. I got to take, you know, African-American women writers. I got to take, you know, African-American History 101. And you're just like, you feel like you have been...
You're doing a deep dive.
Yeah. But you feel like you've been betrayed.
Yes, absolutely.
So at that point, I was like, this is all I care about. This is all I'm interested in. And so I was able to create my own major because they didn't have Black Studies at my school. So I made up the major.
Right.
Black Studies with a concentration in the visual and performing arts. So I combined the School of Social Sciences with the School of Theater, Arts, and Film. That meant I had to go back to Dean Irby.
How do you get to create your own? I have never heard of that. You get to create your own major?
And have him sign off in order for me to get this major. And he was my advisor. So he's the one who watched me go from straight A's to then some random shit. And I'm looking at Dean like, what
you gonna do about this?
He's like, you know, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm like, God damn it, brother. But I came back to him with that piece of paper and I remember him looking at it and pausing and I said, I need you to sign this because you tried to ruin my life.
You told a man that?
I need you to sign this. Yeah, when people tell you that you have to take a year off of school for no reason because they want to keep a quota for their little college, yes, you tried to ruin my life. I need you to sign this.
So what did he say?
He signed that. And then I ended up graduating on time. And I was the commencement speaker. And I got to say what I needed to say. And you can watch the speech on YouTube.
You got a master's degree in African American Studies with a concentration on hip hop from Columbia.
Yeah.
What made you?
This is what I'm talking about. A concentration on hip hop. And then when people like Ryan Clark come up there and say, this is what you this is what you compare Black folks to, because this is what we all care about. When she had a chance to make her own degree, she got a concentration in hip hop. So when a candidate comes out, whether it's Donald Trump or whoever, and trying to relate to Black folks, this is how they relate because this is all y'all want to do. Y'all get a chance to make something different. She had a chance to create a different major, and she goes, I'm gonna get a concentration in hip hop. So that's why you got Hillary Clinton and them coming there with a pocketful with a thing of hot sauce in her pocketbook. This is why they try to relate to y'all with shoes and all sorts of other stuff, because that's all y'all care about. So don't have an attitude when people do that. Y'all trying to make it into hip hop is some scholarly thing that's going to change the world. No, I got y'all over an hour. This is what I talk about: freedom of speech in the Black community.
That.
Sometimes, and it's happened before, people in our community forget that they're Black.
What does that mean? People in our community forget that they're Black. This is what I'm talking about. People in our community forget that they're Black. They come up on these shows, millions of views, and because you have your own opinion, they say people in our community forget that they're Black.
And they try to appease a group of people that's probably never going to embrace them. And once they realize that, guess who's the first group to take them back?
I don't know her.
You know, I ain't say nobody's name, Amanda. You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
How you know who I'm talking about? But we've seen.
So the person they're talking about, Candace Owens.
This happened before. Rest his soul, O.J. Simpson. You know, he had the famous quote, I'm O.J., I ain't Black. Even Michael Jackson went through what he went through, rest his soul.
Right.
Even Kanye had to be reminded.
And
now Miss Owens, who, I don't want no Black pilots, I don't want this, I don't want that. And now we can't keep off our Black media stations. When before she gave us her butt to kiss. Now, if I'm lying, if I'm speaking out of turn, off our black media stations. When before she gave us her butt to kiss. Now, if I'm lying, if I'm speaking out of turn,
You cannot have your own opinion in the black community. And I love Candace Owens. I think she speaks truth. She speaks the hard facts. And that's what's needed for change. But see, these people who are sensitive and don't have any sense. Talking about she turned her back on the black community.
people, y'all correct me. But y'all know I'm telling the truth.
You're not telling
Now,
the truth.
you're talking about somebody that's always uplifted this community. And I was one of the first guys that had a viral moment with Cat Williams. And they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to attack me. But Candace has given y'all her butt to kiss for 2 decades. And the moment, what they doing? They can't fire me. They can't fire me.
And they can't wait to see someone that's against them in the black community fail. You know, Candace has her own situation with her former company. You know, that's what the business is about. Business is business. You know, some people leave. It is what it is. See, this is why the black community will never grow together, because if you don't agree with them, they want to see you downfall. They want to see you go down. They will never, ever support you if you go against their agenda, the blackity black agenda. Right? They'll never support you. They want to see you fail. They've been rooting for Candace to fail for like you said, 2 decades. Look at it. He couldn't wait to talk about this. He couldn't wait. And I don't even think Candace is failing. She's just embarking on new endeavors. That's the nature of the business. It is what it is. And see, what they don't realize is that as soon as dudes like him speak some sort of fact that the black community don't agree with, they go come after you too, sir. They go come after you too. And you don't realize that.
The hell you say? Now look at her.
It's not her fault.
Whose fault is it? No. Let's not take that blame.
That let her back in.
Huh?
The spaces that let her back in.
Oh, okay. But that's how we are. We're very forgiving people.
Who taught us to be that?
We do.
Who taught us that version of forgiveness? Do I need to do the lesson?
No, because I know.
Them slave owners taught us that version of forgiveness.
Here we go. Here we go. Right on cue. Right on cue. You guys think I come up here and make this stuff up? And y'all want to be mad at the fraternity dudes and big mini Lizzo. But then I get stuff like this all the time from people that look just like me that talk big trash because of how the way I talk and the way I believe and the truth that I speak. All these people that's supposed to be uplifting the black people, all they want to do is talk about slavery.
He gave us a Bible called the Slave Bible. And this Bible had parts of it taken out. It had the parts of uprisings taken out. It taught about forgiveness because they needed to make it okay in their minds.
No matter how bad I treat you, at some point in time, I need you to forgive me for the wrongs I've done against you.
Because they had convinced themselves that it was still okay to keep people enslaved whose souls were saved.
Yeah.
Even though they knew that was counterproductive to the teachings that they had learned.
Listening to
so,
this?
We are oftentimes forgiving to our own detriment.
We are.
And listen, here's the thing. You know what the thing about forgiveness is that you should absolutely forgive people who.
You guys need to stop listening to these people. I'm sorry. Stop listening to these guys. And I'm going to do my last take on this, and we out of here. But there is no freedom of speech. There's no freedom of speech in the black community. You can't have an opinion. without the woke black culture coming after you.
She is a young person. Do you know how disgusting that is? And that cornball who loves to make himself look like he's the white people's savior.
Who said that?
Emmanuel Akko.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Corny C-band.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man.
Come talk to me, white people. I'm the black guy that's nice. Cut it out. It's ridiculous.
Man, I know these people, man. I'm going to have...
Well, you're not saying it. I am.
This is what they think of you. You see all the names she called out. She belittled them. She called him all these names because why? He had an opinion, a sports opinion about her actions at the podium. I don't know when stuff's going to change. I don't know if it'll ever change, but I tell you what, I'm not going to start speaking my mind. I'm not going to start talking about what's going on. What I want y'all is to realize that these people don't have your best interest in heart. Just thinking one way like that everything has to be blackety black. I'll never stand for that. I'll never support that. And they can be mad at me all they want. I don't care. They don't scare me. They're nobody. Who are they? Yeah, or I'm this or this, and I'm an actor or this, or I got this, I play professional this, and I'm this, and I'm like, hey, you on TV, you can talk some football, it's great. You mean you don't do nothing for me or my family? You do nothing for nobody. You have an opinion. That's it. That people can get all keyboard warrior and make these videos. Oh, this guy, he won't do this and he won't do that. He don't see his blackness. You guys listen to stupid people like Dr. Umar Johnson and all sorts of other stuff. Until y'all learn to get away from this mess, ain't nothing going to change. But I'm here to encourage the people that think like me, that may not be able to speak loud as I am able to speak, or maybe a little nervous because of family, friends, co-workers, and stuff like that. Hey, it's no time to sit back. I'll speak for you. But you don't need my voice. You can speak for yourself. Don't let these celebrities and these Holly weirdos scare you into thinking that they're going to kick you out of the black community. Who cares? Who cares? You got people on TikTok crying and whining about why white folks are adopting black kids. Instead of thinking the beauty that a family would adopt a child in general, which is a beautiful thing in itself, people are on the internet saying, why are white people adopting black children, when the question should be asked, why are there so many black children up for adoption? But you don't want to talk about that stuff, though. See, you don't want to talk about that. You ignore that. They want you to hate Donald Trump, and they want you to think that all white people are racist. Get out of this. Stop listening to that nonsense. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate this another episode. I know I kept you a little bit, but obviously I had to speak with someone. When we do, we cause chaos one truth at a time. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And share. Okay? Until next time.